Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another video. So as you guys can tell from the title of this video today, I am going to be doing a little reorganizing of my bookshelf slash maybe a destash. I don't know just yet. So essentially the bookshelves you can see behind me, I will give you guys like close-up shots and stuff as well at some point in this video. But essentially the short story is that I hate how my contemporary slash romance shelves look. They used to look really, really good when I had them nice and things displayed. But because I have just read and focused on so many of my romance and contemporary novels this year, I've run out of space on my shelves to put them to make them look pretty. Like, what is this shelf? This shelf is horrendous. I hate it. And my special edition bookshelves, they're not on display. Nothing's on display. I hate the shelves. I hate the way they look. They make me really upset and mad. So I basically, this shelf here, you can't see it, but this is a kind of fantasy slash I didn't know what to do with it, kind of just random shit shoved on here shelf. I essentially, on this shelf and then one at the very top, I have books that are unread on those shelves. So I kind of want to just take them off those shelves and put them on my TBR cart because I forget that they're here and that I haven't read them, because when I pull my monthly TBR or for any other book I want to read in the month, I pull it from my TBR cart. I don't pull it from my bookshelves, which is great because it means that the TBR cart is working, which is what I wanted. However, it means that I forget about these books and I don't read them and they're just staying unread on my shelves. So I thought, let's pull them off. Let's make some space. I need to get a whole shelf, which I might not be able to do now that I'm looking at things. But I also think there's some books that I want to unhaul and I kind of think, let's just do it. I need to make these shelves look good. So we're going to see which books I'm taking off my TBR cart. We're going to see if I'm going to unhaul any books because I do have a couple I would like to unhaul. And we're just going to rearrange these 6 shelves behind me and also this 7th shelf here and potentially 2 other shelves. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm not too sure what's going to be in it. We're going to just go on a little adventure together and see what the hell I do with my bookshelves because I hate them and I need to make them look good and it's doing my goddamn head in. So it's about time we did this, but enjoy whatever the hell comes after this clip. Okay guys, so welcome to the bookshelves you don't see very often. So that is my top shelf there and then we go down, but there's definitely some books on this shelf that we can move. Some books on that shelf that we can move as well, just because I haven't read them. So let's just pull them straight off now and we'll have some gaps and we can maybe move some stuff before I have to go and do other things today. Okay, so right off the bat, the first books I'm going to take off is the Folk of Air trilogy by Holly Black, which is The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and also The Queen of Nothing. I bought all 3 of these books and I've not picked them up yet, so I'm going to take them off this shelf so that I can pop them on my TBR and hopefully get it read at some point. I'm just going to stack them maybe just on my shelf for now until I can get some space on my TBR cart because it is a little bit full, but we will eventually get it on there. I'm going to be honest with you guys, most of this shelf, a good part of it, I haven't read yet, so a lot of it is in fact going to come off. I also haven't read The Bone Witch by Rin Chipako. I've kind of heard good things about it, not a whole lot. I've only purchased the first book. I'm learning. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up yet, mostly because I forget that it's unread on my shelf. So TBR cart. As per the last 2 lots, I've got the Legend Born Cycle by Tracy Dion. We've got Legend Born and then the sequel Bloodmarked. The 3rd book, I believe, is coming out next year. I haven't read these yet because I forget that I have them. So TBR cart. And then the final books that I'm pulling off this shelf, like look at it, is the Twin Crowns series. I think there's a 3rd one, I know that much, called Burning Crowns. But the first book is Twin Crowns and then also Cursed Crowns. It's by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. Haven't read them yet, but I've got both books. I almost picked up the 3rd one and then I went, you should probably read the first 2 first and determine if you like it, because if you don't pick up the 3rd one because it's just an extra book you have to read that you won't like. And then I do want to pull off just a couple books up here that I haven't read yet either. The first book is by Astrid Stottel and it is Astrid Schultz. It's League of Liars. Apparently there's a sequel I discovered earlier this year. Almost picked it up and then I reminded myself, you haven't read this one. TBR cart, basically. And then this one hurts because I don't know if you can see, but it was the one that was on display. The next 2 books coming off are part of a series, which is The Gilded Ones. And that's the first book, The Gilded Ones, the sequels, The Merciless Ones by Namina Fauna. The 3rd book is also out, The Eternal Ones. Almost did the exact same thing that I've already repeated 3 times. Almost bought the 3rd one and then went, you haven't read the first 2. let's do that and then determine if you need to pick up the third one. I just think the book covers are stunning. I had it forward facing because I thought it was really pretty, but I haven't actually read it yet. So let's try and read it, Nicole. And then if we like it, we can buy the third one. That has essentially freed up quite a bit of space down here and then also a space up here. I do actually want to do some unhauling of the shelf you can't actually see, just because there's some books on there I legitimately just don't want, and I think it's going to help me rearrange my shelves a little bit better. So the first 3 books that I 100% want to get rid of is whatever the hell this book series is. It's Gabrielle's Redemption, Gabrielle's Rapture, and Gabrielle's Inferno by Sylvain Reynard. They're basically just sex books and a professor who hits on and gets with one of his students. And honestly, I don't know how this has survived so many destashes. Time for them to go. It's got to go. We're getting rid of them. I'm picking some books off the contemporary shelves, but I'm also going to unhaul Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney and then The Italian Job by Catherine Freeman. I read both of these contemporary novels last year. I just didn't enjoy them. So time for them to go. I don't need them in my collection. But getting rid of this next one is going to feel so damn good, which is The Royals Next Door by Karina Hale. This was essentially Meghan and Harry move in next door to this girl and she becomes best friends with them, essentially. That is literally what it was. So annoying, it was unrealistic. And hauling this one feels good for my soul. I'm currently looking at the books that have to go on my TBR cart, and it's just occurred to me that they are sure as hell not going to fit. That is quite a big pile. I'll show you close-ups later, but I'm just basically playing around with stuff. It's very blue, but I don't hate it. But I'm so not going to get a whole shelf empty. Like, I am tripping. I'm looking at it. I think I need to do more unhauling. I'm going to unhaul, what is this? The Jewel series by Amy Ewing. It has the jewel, the white rose, and then the black key. This was like a dystopian book where girls are like sold off and the whole purpose of them is just for breeding, but they try to break out of this and revolutionize the world, and I just didn't really enjoy it. And I honestly don't know why I've held on to it for so long. And then I think it's time I do it. I'm gonna get rid of, I just call it the Mercy series by Rebecca Lim, which has the first book, Mercy. Then we have Exile, Muse, and Fury. Essentially, this girl is like an angel, and she like every week or every fortnight or every month appears in somebody else's body or something weird like that, and she's got to learn their life and she doesn't know what's going on. It was really weird. I read it when I was like a teenager and it was odd. And then I think that there's Lucifer in it as well. It was really weird and I don't remember a lot about it, but I think it's time to sell it. Okay, let's just try and move some stuff and see if we can fit it in. I might. That's kind of what we've done. I just sort of moved the books up. I don't really super love it, but it has cleared out this shelf to move some books across, so I am excited for what that means. These are sort of more my thrillers than a random fantasy that I didn't know what to do with. So I might just leave them like that and then try to sort out what I want to do over there. Because I think I can work the thrillers in with some of the contemporaries. I think that'll be fine. It's just a matter of sorting out like what I want to do with these shelves, which I realized I didn't take any befores of. That's annoying, but we'll see how we go. I was thinking about this yesterday and I realized that I think when I filmed my beginning clips, I didn't actually explain to you what I want to do properly with these shelves and why I don't like them. I think I was just rushing to get through it and to do some destashing, that I realized I didn't give you guys much of a proper explanation. So I thought, let's do it now. And if I've already done it, I can just cut it out. So basically, as you can kind of see here, this is the shelf that I have cleared out. Now this bottom one here, I might just turn it so you guys can see it. This is my kind of hardcover YA shelf, sorry, contemporary romances. And then we moved into like my YA fantasy shelves that had overflowed from the fantasy shelves that sit behind me that I have shown a couple times before. So I wanted to turn this shelf into my YA contemporary kind of paperback shelf, which is currently this one behind me, which it was except that it's overflowed into normal contemporaries. My plan is to kind of move the contemporary YA books over onto this shelf, potentially also move Colleen Hoover because I kind of hate that it's in my filming setup because I'm not really a huge fan of hers, and move it across. I do want to make this bottom shelf here my bigger, taller paperbacks and just spread them out so they look nicer. Try and make it this whole shelf. I think I want to move Colleen Hoover. I might unhaul some of these books. And then over here, I don't even know what's going to happen with these two shelves if I do move both of them, but I want to keep this like a dedicated Emily Henry shelf. Sorry, I'll move it. Because as you can see, this from here down to here is all Emily Henry. I do actually want to buy at some point the paperback UK Australian editions. I've got the US editions here. So I'm kind of thinking that I'll get them and then they'll fill in this space here. But I also want to keep the Abby Jimenez books down here because I kind of like that. This one I don't hate too much, except that there are some YA novels in here that I want to pull off. And then obviously these two, The Spanish Love Deception and that, I don't like being here, but I've put them there because I've yet to read the rest of the Lucy Score Knock 'Em Out series. So they will go there and the shelf looks a lot better when that's there. So I'm not planning on changing this one too much, except to maybe take this book off the shelf because I don't think I've read it. I'm kind of happy with how this shelf looks, except for like this bit here and this sort of bit. And then down here, this used to be my favorite shelf. It is officially my second or third least favorite shelf. These are all special editions down here. I also have another special edition book for The Spanish Love Deception that's not even made it onto the shelves because there's no space. I hate that nothing's on display and I've had to turn them all around. So I kind of want to make this still my Ali Hazelwood / maybe the rest of my special edition contemporary books down here. But that is essentially my plan with what I want to do. So I think I'm going to start filling up the YA contemporary shelf here. I think I'm going to unhaul this. I regret it ages ago and it was okay, but I don't really care for it. It is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. There were other books, but we can go. Okay with how this is looking. This does go into more adulty towards here, but I just kind of like tried to shove it in. I kind of like it up until about here, and then I'm a little iffy on this part, but I think this is how it's just going to stay for now, and then I'm just going to move on to like other shelves. Oh, I should say that this little plastic thing that I just chucked in there, I got them from like Temu or something. Came in like packs of 2 and I just got a whole heap and they just help my books front face and not get damaged. I mean, I don't hate that. I mean, I hate the Colleen Hoover, but my logic is that when I sit here and film, this is where I sit. So I would theoretically block most of the Colleen Hoover books. That's why I'm thinking of putting it there. Haven't read it. That's gonna go on the TBR cart. I wasn't filming it, but I didn't like it. Okay, so I am back wanting to change my shelves. I've been in the process of trying to rearrange them, but since doing some videos in front of my filming setup, I've come to the realization that I don't like some of my shelves. So I do like this shelf. I do like this shelf behind me. However, I don't like it here because all you can kind of see is the Colleen Hoover books. I thought I would block them more and I don't. So I actually want to swap this shelf and this one behind me, because on this shelf, I hate this bit right here. I have to change that. But this half of it I really quite like. And if I swap it, the bits I like will be right here. And the bits I like at the end of this one will be right here. So I fixed this one up, just gonna say how it is, but I also need to fix up this shelf because I hate it. I've also just finished filming my July reading wrap up, so I also have to stick these books on my shelf somewhere, so I thought this is just a really good time to do it now. But we're gonna start off by fixing this shelf, I think, first of all. So this is kind of the Emily Henry shelf. I was watching Rachel Catherine's book haul video, and she said how QBD in Australia has released the first 3 Emily Henry novels in the tall paperbacks. When Emily Henry's books came out, they were only available in these tiny little paperbacks, which in comparison to how they bring them out now, they're completely different heights. I went to QBD because she said that you could get them to be the same height, and I want you guys to know that she did not lie. They are the same height. Yes, they look slightly different, but they've just changed how they bring her books out, so I don't care. They're the same height. So I now want to put them on this shelf, which means that I probably have to move this stack of books. I want to keep the Spanish Love Deception here. I don't hate it. I think it works. I mean, I don't know if I like, it might be too many forward facing, so we'll see. I'm gonna think on it, maybe have a play later. I'm just going to hold it here. This is currently how this bottom shelf is looking. Yes, these are the Afterlight special editions of the Lovelight series by BK Borison. Sorry, you can probably hear Ollie huffing and puffing. There is an unboxing video coming out. Actually, I think it would have come out the week before this one. I also have an unboxing for Not in Love on my channel as well, but this is kind of just how this shelf is looking. I'm not a fan of this bit here. You know what? Maybe I want to swap this. Is this what's throwing me off? You know what? I do actually prefer that. Love Theoretically is my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. I did really enjoy Not in Love, but I just don't like that stark kind of pink. But you know what? I'm actually really happy with how these 3 are looking. I need to pause on this shelf because I'm not like loving it. think this is how we're going to leave our bookshelves for now. I must say I do prefer these two shelves like this. I'm just not a fan of this bit. I just can't make it work for the life of me. I think I just need to have a play when I get some more books and move some things around. I was struggling to find some room, but overall I feel more content with how things are looking. There are some empty gaps for some books to come in. Like I said, need to fix up this thing, but I do think I just need to do a bit more of a haul, more of an unhaul I should say, and that is not a problem for today. So I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this unhaul / rearranging of my shelves. Yes, my hair did change in the process of filming this video, but I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and apologies if it's a long one, but I will see you next week for another video. Bye.